You
All
have to
right, we
tell me.
back.
Yes,
Yeah,
indeed.
just crazy stories with that man,
Yeah,
dude. Crazy.
for real, for real.
Yeah,
Where
he
where are
creates
you
like
right
new
now?
worlds with his movement. I'm in LA right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's hot, man. It's hot. It's like night. Well, I I ain't gotta say nothing to you. You're in Phoenix, right?
Arizona, bro, it's crazy, bro.
I
Hey,
can't believe it.
hey,
Yeah, it's
my
like 95 right now. So
my student wants to know what I'm eating. I found these at Target. I think they got like a nice little vegan section, even like gluten free. So, hey, what's up? What's up, Madeline? They're called Simple Meals, almond flour crackers, rosemary, and sea salt. They're pretty lit.
ooh,
They're pretty lit. They're
dang,
pretty
gluten
decent.
free too?
Yeah, you know what I'm
Snap.
saying?
Yup, that's all good. Yeah, man. So I feel like, I feel like there's a lot of opportunities for dance coming up, man. And it's going to be interesting to see like really how this digital world ends up playing out and how this virus starts to really affect our world and whether travel is going to go back to the same way. Um, it's crazy to think that we might not be able to travel like for a long period of time.
I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, I have high hopes. I heard that Arizona is about to go to phase one, where at the end of this weekend they're gonna start opening up like restaurants and certain things again, and then if everything goes good, then I heard that they're gonna go to phase two, and open up a couple more things in different categories. Phase
Yeah.
three, they're just gonna let everybody back like doing their thing. But like when they started, if you go to the restaurant, it's gonna be like 20 people in a 100-seat restaurant. They're not gonna let like everyone in. So
Yeah.
yeah, yo, CP3, what's going on? What's up? What's up, Malaysia? Just showing some love to everybody real quick.
Yo, talk about Malaysia. The food there is crazy good, man. It's
Oh,
so
word?
good there. It's so crazy because you have like three major ethnicities there. So you have like uh, a Muslim influence, like
Right.
you also have like the Indian cuisine that comes there. You have the Chinese cuisine, and it's like this big melting pot of different cuisines. It's crazy good there, like the spicefulness of it. Oh
I gotta,
man.
I gotta get there eventually, man, or have them ship me some food or something digitally. I don't know. I mean, I got one crewmate who's in my crew. He's Malay, but he lives in Singapore because they have a big community in Singapore. So
Well,
he tells me.
Singapore used to be Malaysia.
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah, because Singapore is like on the south end of Malaysia. Malaysia's like real big and has like two parts, but Singapore is like they separated from Malaysia, created
Oh,
their own
that's dope.
country.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
I didn't
then
know that.
Singapore became like the business hub of Southeast Asia. Um,
Right.
and they just made the laws like super strict, right? So like no gum chewing, like that's like yeah, you can't chew gum in the city.
In
There's no gum
Singapore?
there. Yeah, in Singapore.
Wait, now I gotta ask myself if I chewed some gum when I was there. I don't think I did,
They
but
definitely don't sell it.
wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. So anything like if you litter there, it's like almost death penalty or something like that. Crazy. It's nuts. It's nuts there.
What?
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, people from Malaysia, they know, but it's
Wow.
super strict.
They say, yeah, it's true. You can't chew gum. That's crazy.
It's nuts, man. Um, one thing I wanted to pick your brain on a little bit is like, when I first started seeing y'all in LA, you guys were here probably before I saw y'all, but I first started seeing y'all pull up to the floor, right? And
Yeah.
the floor was the spot.
The floor was the spot. The floor was definitely the
Man,
spot.
y'all were killing that. And it's like, for people that don't know what the floor was, it was like a live jazz band, but they were playing all different styles of music.
Shouts
And
out to Sasha. Yeah.
yeah,
All the people
yeah,
that
for
set that
throwing
event
that
up.
for years, like many years, right? And I think a decade. But
Hmm.
they, man, that was one the livest ciphers that I probably ever seen.
Yo, the event was so lit. First of all, it was like a hub for all different types of people. Like, dude, I saw the Black Ranger every, I think, whatever day it was, where they every third week or something like that, that they had the floor. The
Yeah,
Black Ranger was there, and I'm not talking about the Power Ranger like 2.0 or 3.0. I'm talking about the original Black Power Ranger that people in my age group grew up on. Zach, his name was Zach, and he was
damn,
like one of the top salsa dancers in that party because they had all different types of dances. They had the capoeiristas in there. They had the breakers, the poppers, lockers, house dancers, Chicago footwork, hip hop, you name it. And they had
man,
people swinging each
everybody.
other. And
The
then,
tappers,
yep. And then on top of that, they had the tap dancers. Then they had the musicians. And if you played an instrument that they were playing, you could get on just randomly and just jump on and
yeah,
just like perform.
yeah, because they had like they had like a lineup where they had like their normal house band where they had their normal lineup, but then they had like a jam session between musicians, which was like
Yeah.
like the dude from The Office would go on and start singing. You know the black dude from The Office?
Stanley?
Yeah. No, not Stanley. The guy that worked in the warehouse in The Office.
Oh, wait a second. I know his
The
name.
the dude from Pineapple Express.
Hold on, because we watch this every morning. Hold on. I got Hey, babe, what's the name of the dude?
Yo, he would pull up and start singing. He was dope. He was so dope. Yeah, I was.
Daryl.
Yeah,
Daryl.
yeah, 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 yeah.
It was Daryl.
Yep, Daryl. Yeah. Yo, he's got a good ass voice. He can sing.
Wow.
So he would pull up and sing, man. There was a few other people that would just pull up and like throw down some vocals, but man, that place was magic, bro. That place inspired my dance so much
His
to
name
watch.
his name is Craig Robinson, I think.
Yeah, Craig Robinson. That's right. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so he's actually a really dope singer, and he would jam out with the jazz band. And but yeah, I saw y'all killing it. But like the thing was, when I first saw Footwork, I was just like in awe. You know, I was just like, like what's going on? Like I can't even process information at that speed. You know, I
It's
was
so
just
funny.
like, how can they think that fast? You know, I was just roboting and waving at the time, so everything
Right.
was like real systematic and isolated. And
Right.
so when I saw that, I was like, oh, I don't even know where to start with that. So it wasn't more till recently that I could understand the musicality of it
Okay.
and the rhythms and the footwork positions and the steps and how they can blend together. Like,
Right.
um, so what is your process like when you're thinking about footwork? Like, are you thinking about creating stuff on spot? Are you thinking about like just first establishing a basic rhythm with the foundations and then freestyling off of it?
Good question. Well, we are all taught, like, well, most of us, well, I'll say all of us in creation, we're all taught to learn about the basic rhythms of the music first.
Mm.
Which is like one of the basic rhythms is like do 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 do. That's one, right? But then if you cut that in half, if you don't do a double time, then you got this. Now this rhythm right here is that ticking sound that's on the beat machine
Mm.
that they use to like guide them to make the tracks, right? And
Yeah.
so because we have that tempo, we do our movement around this tempo. And one, and two, and three, and four, and pa pa pa, boom boom pa, boom ka, boom boom ka 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 ka, right? So that's how I kind of teach my crewmates. And then I
Mm.
have to, when I teach them those rhythms, I have to give them lists of information and moves that have these rhythms already formatted before our time, because they got to learn the foundation and the basics first. Some moves have the boom boom pa pa boom boom pa pa. Some moves have the and boom boom pa pa boom boom pa pa, and then some moves have the boom boom pa boom boom pa. Other moves have the boom pa. And then once you learn those and they start to master those, I start to open their minds more about the possibilities of how to change the move, or the possibility on how to change the rhythm. But I have to give them a base first. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of how we learn about it.
Shit, bro. Yeah, because like it wasn't until recently that I got really inspired by Chicago footwork and also house. Like, and it was really my lack of rhythm that prevented me from understanding it and also incorporating it in my own dance. Like, if you watched me pop, you would have no idea that I lack rhythm necessarily. But what I got really good at was improvisation and reacting to sound rather than creating it. So that was my style of dance, and there's not necessarily anything wrong with that, but it's kind of half baked, you know. It's kind of like I felt like, man, there's so much like room for growth if I learn how to create my own rhythms, you know. And then so to hear how you guys like package that up, where it's like, okay, well, here's my tool bag. I got this basic rhythm with this step. I got this basic rhythm with this step, and now I can start to, you know, freestyle the rhythms you know, like, and start to play with the timing on it.
Yes, that's the thing. You know, with my whole family being musicians, like, I take it very seriously about like showing respect to the production of sound, of music. And so growing up in the Chicago parties, I wanted to show the DJ, like, I don't care who you made this track for, I'm going to show you the most respect out of everybody in this room to this track, because I'm going to hit everything that you put in it. I'm going to hit everything that you put in it. Okay? I'm going to memorize it more than the person that you made the track for. Okay? So, and I wasn't, you know, wasn't verbally trying to diss people, but that was my thing. My father trained my ear at a young age. Like, if you don't have a trained ear, then you take things differently. You know what I mean? But like, training your ear is a part of your training, I think, you know, so like, so I heard that stuff and I was like, wow, I could create my rhythms, but I think I should study these rhythms first, because once I study the world that they make the rhythms in, then I can master that and then see how I can implement my stuff in there too, because I always got my home base. I always know where to go back to, so I can throw some stuffs in there. And I didn't start doing that until I learned more about house, because like house had like a constant beat, but you would see people stepping into the ground on their own rhythms.
Yeah.
While they were on that beat, you know? And I took that and went back to Chicago with it and was like, oh, okay, I can footwork and then like make a rhythm, you know what I mean? But then like people started like looking at me like I was a weirdo at first. They were like, yo, this dude's like, he's like, how do you think about this type of stuff? You know what I mean? It made it easier for me to think about moves because of how I played with the rhythm and where my body would lie while I was in that certain beat. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't just like standing straight and stepping my feet on different rhythms. It was like I was letting my body connect to those rhythms too. By the way, side note, I can see you killing like a neo soul track, like hardcore. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you kill like hundreds, but neo soul, bro. Like, I might send you a couple tracks that like.
Yo, please do, man. Neo soul, like, so I mean, soul music is where it's at for me. You know, like what gets me to move is what brought me to dance. Anyways, was like blues music, you know, jazz, where I would start to like whenever I would hear ad libs, even as a kid, I would get chills. Like,
Right,
you know, I
right.
would just be like, oh shit, what, like, where's that coming from? It was like magic, you know? So a lot of my dance, so this is kind of how I developed the dance that I did
Right.
was I was, I had tempo. I had tempo and I had various tempos, but I was good at ad-libbing. So I would sing off those tempos.
Mm.
But as far as the difference between tempo and rhythm, I didn't start to establish rhythm until shit like this year. Like really like if you asked me to sing a song or a melody or a hook or anything, I couldn't even remember the I couldn't remember the melody. I couldn't remember it.
Really?
I still can't. I still can't. Like it's there's no database for that. Like I could listen to a song over and over and I literally cannot like it's almost like I don't know. It's like you know how they have like tone deaf people? I'm
Yeah.
not tone deaf, but like it's weird. It's a weird thing. So I started to try and think of like, okay, let me try and create these basic rhythms I can have in my bag and I could just mess with those whenever I
Right.
want in any style that I want, you know?
Yeah, but
Um,
like, but I'm curious on like, so then if a song plays and it's your turn to go, so what? You just start at any point? You just start at any, or do you start so slow that no one can catch that you're not starting on the music? Like,
no, well, I'll start on the music. Like, I I do start slow, but as far as yeah, I let the layers sink in, right?
okay, okay,
And I can establish rhythms. Like I can establish rhythms as I'm listening to them. I can establish patterns.
okay.
But as far as creating my own music, I can't do it.
Mm,
Like if you asked me to tap on the desk and create a rhythm with a pen, I probably couldn't do it.
mm.
Yeah. So this is something that like I would watch other people do it and I'll be like my friends in high school would be like rapping and banging on the desk and I'll be like,
That's what I used to do.
yeah, that
Yeah,
shit is hard, bro. And I was
bro,
like,
bro, bro. I literally was the beat maker for everybody's rap ciphers in school with my pens and my pencils and
oh
stuff,
shit.
or a quarter, and I was rapping too, like at the same
Uh,
time. Like,
woo.
you know what I mean? Like that's
See,
crazy.
see that to me that's like, yo, that is magic to me because I like that's far from what I could do, you know? So it like the way that I approach music, like when I was 20, I had to learn how to bob my head on beat. Like like a groove to me was a composition of real complex isolations, like shoulder.
Wow, that's crazy.
Bro, if you just asked me to two step and like just hit a groove, I was like, okay, lean 20 degrees with my left shoulder, lean
Stop,
back.
stop, Diesel. You gotta stop. You gotta stop. That's
Yo,
crazy.
Lewis, mathematical equations,
That's
bro.
crazy, man. No, like, dude, I got some students who were like that, and so I had to like switch up how I taught them because I could be really deep in thought. Lord Finn's laughing. I could be really deep in thought, but sometimes being deep in thought is for the wrong person. And
Mm,
sometimes if you're already deep in thought, I shouldn't be deep in thought with you. If we're trying to get somewhere, I need to give you something that you don't have. So
mm,
I need to get extra raw with you and just be like, yo, hit the shit. Like, or just like, just hit this beat or just start with some basic stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
because that's crazy, bro. Like, damn, like, bro, like the whole reason I started rapping was because I liked the flow and the rhythm patterns of Twista. Like, Twista was my first MC that I was copying. Like, I would use my cassette tapes and record it when he came on the radio with a blank cassette tape, and then like press record. And then once I got it, I would like put my notebook out and write his lyrics down until I got them all on paper, and then practice those rhythms myself with the lyrics. Like, man, like he used to say this, and I haven't done this in a while, but he would be like, Ron crazy. He'd be like, Shot Town, murderous mob, gothic, hard knock it. Give me the motherfucking ammunition, I'll cock it. So I was like, damn, like, okay, I can say it slow. Shot Town, murderous mob, gothic, hard knock it. Give me the motherfucking ammunition, I'll cock it. Shot Town, murderous mob, gothic, hard knock it. Give me the motherfucking ammunition, I'll cock it. And then as I was getting my tongue comfortable, then like I would have to connect that to different rhythms. Shot Town, murderous mob, gothic, hard knock it. Give me the motherfucking ammunition, I'll cock it. And so the more I got good in one aspect of rhythm, I could just translate it to any aspect, because, you know, at the end of the day, dancers are visual musicians. So yeah, so I think the way that you approached it was dope. And I'm pretty sure you know that there's so many different ways of like understanding stuff. And so the more that you gather from different places, it's just going to enhance you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to put whatever you're learning now on top of what you already had to just become like this mutant. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it has all these powers. So, dude, you've always been dope to me. I always loved how you like vibe to the music. So, you know.
Thanks, man. Yeah, man, it's been a long journey. Let's put it that way. I mean, people like there's only a couple people that really see me from the start, you know. Like Tabo will tell you, like, people don't believe me now, like how bad I was, you know. But to get somebody to bob their head on beat and just learn how to just like two-step and groove was already a mission, you know. So
Wow.
yeah, now it's getting extra fun because I'm finally learning how to create rhythms, you know, and I'm like, dude, I can't wait to see what this does, you know.
How old are you, bro?
I'm 31 now.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Right.
Yeah. It's crazy to think, right? Like 31, dude just starts figuring out about rhythm.
Nah, you've been killing, bro. And like, I don't know, we constantly got more and more that we can learn, you know what I mean? So
For real, man. Integrating information from other sources, you know. Yeah, it forced me in a lot of different ways, you know, like to make sense of dance to me, because it wasn't my culture coming up, you know. I was like a skater, and so that to me, like I had
wait, you were a skater?
yeah, like a skateboarder.
Oh, okay. That's dope. That's dope. I used to skate too, but I did like aggressive inline. Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Damn. That explains some stuff too, man. You like the ability to coordinate two different feet. Me, I'm like, yo, but I was the worst. Like, like I was decent at skating, but like I was notorious for the guy that would fall the hardest. Like,
Oh,
I'd be
really?
going down sets of stairs, and when I would fall, I would almost black out. And every time I would fall, I
Wow.
was like I was hogtied. Wow, just like straight on the
That's
cement.
crazy. Did
I
you
still
ever
got like
did you ever
a
go to the
crease.
skate parks and stuff?
Not so much anymore, you know, but it's funny because I still look at the world like a skater. I'll see a ledge and I'll be like, yo, that's a nice ledge right there. I'll be like, yo, that set of stairs is kind of nice, you know?
That's dope.
And
That's dope, man.
yeah, but I still got scar tissue. Like I got a crease in my hip from the scar tissue. Like, yeah,
Wow.
it was bad because I was just falling the same spot.
That's
But
crazy.
it kind of brought me to a street culture too at an early age, because, you know, in third grade when you're running from the cops because you're skating to school, you know, like it was just kind of okay, the world's kind of out to get me in a way, you know, like I'm just trying to have fun, and
Right.
authority. There was no skate parks when I was growing up, so it was kind of
Where you
like
from?
we just had to figure out what was around, you know. So
What town?
um,
What state are you from, bro?
well, I'm from Monrovia. That's where I'm at now. But yeah, that's my hometown. It's just you know where Pasadena's at?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's right next to Pasadena.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah, yeah. So it's just like Northeast LA.
Oh, okay,
But
got you.
But actually, you know, a lot of people don't know this, but I was born in Hinsdale, Illinois.
You were born in Illinois?
Hinsdale, yeah.
That's crazy. Wait,
Yeah,
so
man.
so you were born there and then you guys kind of like relocated a little after?
Yeah, I was like 2 months old when we came to Cali.
So
So,
wait, so your parents probably lived there like longer then.
yeah, my dad was a pastor in Chicago. Yeah. So,
Wow.
yeah, he was a pastor in Chicago. I don't know for how long, maybe a year or two. I always say, yo, I got to see Michael Jordan play because I was like, my mom was pregnant with me when she went to the Bulls game.
What, for real? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, I still got tons of family in Chicago. So,
That's what's up, dude.
yeah, like my cousin, she played for Northwestern, lacrosse and basketball. So,
That's
um,
dope.
they're like a mad athletic team, athletic family. Like they're all Trojans, bro. I'm the runt,
Wow.
you know.
Well, that's
They're
probably
they're
where you
like,
get your hype from then.
yo, they're tall. They're 6'4", man. But they're all like, all my cousins are like 250 muscle, bro.
Whoa.
Yeah, they're beasts, man. They like my two of my cousins played for Yale football. Then one of my cousins played for Carleton College in Minnesota, and
Wow.
the other one played for not Ohio Buckeyes, but another school in Ohio.
You got a
So
lot
they
of
were
family in the
all like
Midwest.
they were all big, man. They were all big boys. So
That's dope, dude.
um, yeah, bro. And then my uncle, he's the one that kind of drove everybody, but he was like All-American for Stanford football. So they
Whoa.
were just a football family, yeah. And my aunt was actually a rugby player for Stanford.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah. You were born to do something physical.
something physical, like
Yeah.
I got endurance, but I ain't got the speed, you know. I'm more like I probably would have made a good lineman or something where
Right,
I could
right.
block somebody,
Yeah.
but as far as being like a safety or something, forget about it.
Nah, nah, I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, same for
Yeah,
everybody.
man. So it's crazy, man, to see the journey, man, as far as like where do you think is Chicago going with footwork? Like where do you want to see it end up?
Uh, I want to see. I want to see the same thing that I grew up seeing of many groups like representing their groups like super hardcore, like with shirts matching, coming in the party, like just representing, and then the DJ knows who they are and stuff. But I want to see all of that, plus the showcases and the battles and stuff, but on a global scale. That's
Yeah.
I don't want to take away from what we've already done. I want every crew that's solid and solidified in this culture of Chicago footwork to have global members. Dude, the first time I got inspired to want to start a crew in Japan was because another crew member from another crew was already there. A rival footworker was already in Japan, and then another one got the first member into their crew. I was like, yo, I'm falling behind.
Mm.
But me, I'm super extreme and I'm intense. So once my mind gets set on something, like I'm gonna blow it up. Like I gotta blow everything up. Like everything gotta blow up. So I was like, all right. And then the next year, my ex girlfriend found that there was a footwear company in Japan that was stealing my choreography and putting it on TV.
Oh shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We don't have to go there though. But so I kind of took advantage of the situation. Uh, Told a bunch of OGs that were their OGs, and they didn't think I knew those guys. And then those OGs told them like, you need to fix the problem. And so the guy from Japan flew me out, and that was my first time in Japan. And I tried to capitalize by like meeting as many people as possible, labbing, sessioning, ciphering, and then I got my
Yeah.
first students. And I had one thought in my mind: these other dudes from Chicago have been here, and this is like they've already stomped these are stomping grounds for them already. So I gotta like come up, and I did. We have the largest footwear crew in Japan now. Uh,
That's sick.
it's a lot of us. Ran by Mickey. She's the president of Creation Japan. And shouts out to the whole Creation Global. Everybody know who they are, you know. And shouts out to everybody that's training to get to that next level of Chicago Footwork. We got like 8 group chats right now, from India to global group chats of people who are like
Sick.
training and trying to build up. But like, yeah, so I don't know. I feel like I want Chicago Footwork to just be on a similar level like these other underground dance styles are. But I want to keep all the qualities of Chicago Footwork. I don't want to sacrifice the quality. I want the loyalty, your relationships to stay there, what we fight for to be shown. You know what I mean? And I want more than just a few people from Chicago to flourish, like, and make this a career. We got a lot of our OGs coming back now because they realize, like, wow, I can continue. I'm, you know, like, our OGs are like in their 40s at the most, you know. So
Yeah.
but in our mind, being a 20-year-old in our mind was like, oh, I'm done with Chicago Footwork until we had opportunities like commercials and classes and all of this type of stuff. So now we can do more, and I want to see people do more, but I want to see them keep the crew aspect, you know what I'm saying, down packed, just like expand, you know what I'm saying? I want to see, shouts out to Terror Squad, Havoc, you know what I'm saying, Takeover Gang, Tribe, you know, like The Era. Like, there's a lot of groups out there that like definitely need to like just keep building on top of what they already have, and they are in Chicago, and then start having crew members from around the world so that we can make the biggest battles we've ever had. That's all I want. I want the biggest battles we've ever had.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like on a super huge stage and everybody gets to tune in and see what I've been seeing most of my life. I just don't want it to be in like one place. I want us to like expand like every other dance style is expanding. So that's what I'm working towards.
Yeah, man. That's so dope, man. To see it, like, the cool thing, and I think the value of dance, to create these experiences like that, like to feel the empowerment of all the people that you admire around you, hyping you up for that moment, to share that moment of like artistry and just going complete like blackout flow state, bam, and then your friends are there to capture it, like to remind you how dope it
Yeah,
was, you know?
yeah, that's fact.
For me, that's like, you can't put a dollar sign on that. And the feeling of empowerment that you get from that can just transfer to all areas of your life, you know? So
Definitely.
I think that's the beautiful thing, because, you know, at the end of the day, not everybody can survive off of dance. It's just not possible, and it's not for everybody to
Yeah.
work in the dance world. It's not that easy, you know.
Right. Right.
So,
Definitely.
and not everybody's like great teachers, and not everybody's like cut out for commercial work either. So I think if we can all just kind of unify under at least what we're getting is everything that a rich person can't buy, you know.
Everything that a rich person can't buy.
That's it.
Yeah.
Community, man. It's community, it's family, it's friends, and yeah, man. That's only paid in time, right? That's, shout out to Keenan for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Paid in
Definitely,
time.
man. I feel that,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah. Hey, bro. Thank you so much for your
Oh yeah,
time,
man.
man.
Thank you, bro. Thank you for having me on here, man. Shouts out to everybody.
Yeah. Bless, man. Hey, stay up, man.
All right,
Really
you too.
appreciate you, brother.
Yep, you too, bro. Take it easy.
Thank you, man. Peace.
Peace.